Good morning. Thanks for tuning in to Kilat Shari Torah's daily review of Maimonides' 613 mitzvahs, the Sefer HaMitzvot, for Wednesday, November 24th. Let's talk about a string of mitzvahs, a series of mitzvahs that are very applicable at this very moment to all of us because they pertain to the sabbatical year, the seventh year, the Shemitah year in Israel. Every seventh year, the land of Israel is supposed to lie fallow. We're not supposed to plant it, tend to it, prune the saplings, work the land to make it ready for planting, anything like that. It's supposed to have a rest, just as we rest on Shabbat. That's the idea of a sabbatical. Comes from Sabbat, from Shabbat, from Sabbath. The idea of resting and abstaining for work. So this happens to be a sabbatical year in Israel. So all the laws that we'll discuss here apply to produce from Israel. And since we are privileged and we have the delight of living in a global economy, you often find produce from the land of Israel that makes its way to our shelves. So we need to be doubly careful about that. How much more so those of us who are fortunate and are able to travel to Israel should be aware of what's happening. Let's get into the mitzvot. First prohibition in this series here tells us we are not permitted to cultivate the soil in the seventh year. Not allowed to work the soil or to make it ready for planting. Even if you don't actually plant, to cultivate the soil is a prohibition. Next one, we're not allowed to prune trees. We're forbidden from cultivating trees in the seventh year. So first, where it says you shall not, the seventh year will be a sabbatical, a Shabbat, a Shemitah year for you unto God. That's Leviticus 25, verse 4. You shall not sow your field. The continuation is, nor shalt thou prune thy vineyard. Don't prune your vineyard. Don't cultivate the trees or the what do you call them? Vines, the grapevines. Next prohibition: we're prohibited from reaping a self-grown plant in the seventh year, as in an ordinary year. So let's say I didn't plant, I didn't work the land, I didn't plow, I didn't prepare the soil, nothing. Nevertheless, thanks to the wind, it blew some seeds over, or they fell, or something or other, and they grew by themselves. I didn't have anything to do with it. Nevertheless, we're prohibited from harvesting that produce as well. Separate prohibition. Yet another prohibition. We're prohibited from gathering a self-grown fruit in the seventh year, as in an ordinary year. Now, your apples and your pear trees and your esrog trees and your lemon trees and all that, right? We're giving them a break. We're letting them stay untended. However, these trees do produce fruit. So they're going to produce lemons or apples or whatever it is. We are forbidden from gathering a self-grown fruit in the seventh year. Also, this whole conversation occurs in Tractate Shavi'it, which is a tractate of the Mishnah dealing with the sabbatical year. The next few have to do with the Jubilee year, which is a sabbatical of sabbaticals, a Shemitah of Shemitahs. After every 7 cycles of the Shemitah cycle, in other words, 49 years, the year after that is a Jubilee year, a Yovel. So we'll take up that issue tomorrow. Please join us then. Meantime, have a good day.